Imagine this. You press the power button on your TV, and before the screen even lights up, your entire home awakens. The lights adjust to your mood, your favorite playlist fades in, and a soft voice says, "Good evening, welcome back." This isn't a scene from a futuristic movie. This could be Apple's vision for your living room in 2025. Because right now, deep inside Apple Park, something huge is brewing. A new Apple TV, not just a box for streaming, but the centerpiece of Apple's smart home future. Over the last few weeks, leaks have surfaced, quietly at first, then like a flood. Retail shortages, chip supplier hints, mysterious software updates. Each clue pointing to one thing. Apple is about to change how we think about the TV forever, and this time it's not just an upgrade. It's a statement, the Apple TV 4K 2025. Now, you might be thinking, what could Apple possibly change? It already streams in 4K, it already connects with every device. But insiders say the new model is unlike anything we've seen before. A product designed not just to entertain you, but to understand you. Imagine your Apple TV knowing who's watching without you even logging in. It adjusts the home screen, recommends content, tweaks the color tone for your preferred viewing setup, and it does all this using the power of Apple's A17 Pro chip, the same silicon that drives the iPhone 15 Pro. This means real-time personalization, smarter AI features, and console-level gaming performance right on your TV. Sources close to Apple's hardware division say the new Apple TV might not just be a streaming box anymore. It could be the brain of your smart home, the hub that controls your lights, locks, thermostats, and even your car. And that's where the story gets interesting, because Apple's been quietly working on something called the Proxima chip. This chip combines Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth 5.3, designed entirely in-house to replace the third-party components Apple currently relies on. Why does that matter? It means faster connections, lower latency, and tighter security, all fully within Apple's control. In other words, your home could soon run entirely on Apple Silicon. But that's not the biggest surprise. Some leaks, though still unconfirmed, suggest Apple is testing a version of the Apple TV with a built-in camera. Yes, a camera. For FaceTime calls, for motion-based navigation, even for potential AR experiences in your living room. Imagine waving your hand to scroll through apps or smiling to confirm a purchase on Apple TV Plus. If true, this would fundamentally redefine what a TV box can do. It's no longer just for watching, it becomes a shared experience. Families connecting, gaming, working, learning, all from one device, and this fits perfectly with Apple's long-term strategy. Think about it. Apple Watch owns your wrist. iPhone owns your pocket. Mac owns your desk, and now, Apple wants to own your living room. But what makes this year's model truly fascinating isn't just the new hardware, it's the ecosystem shift. Apple recently dropped the Plus from Apple TV Plus. Now it's just Apple TV, simple, bold, unified. The name change isn't random, it's a signal. Apple is merging its services, hardware, and software into a single seamless experience. No more confusion. When you say Apple TV, it means everything. Your shows, your device, your home interface, your AI. Speaking of AI, the leaks mention something called Siri Next. Not the Siri we know, the one that occasionally misunderstands you, but a more contextual, memory-driven assistant that learns from your patterns. It remembers what you watched, how you reacted, and when you usually stop watching. And using on-device intelligence, powered by the A17 Pro, Siri could start conversations instead of just answering them. Picture this. You walk into your living room and Apple TV says, "You didn't finish that movie last night. Should I continue where you left off?" Creepy? Maybe? Convenient? Absolutely. Now let's talk design. Reports say Apple isn't changing the external look too dramatically. No crazy colors, no glowing logos. Instead, subtle refinement, thinner body, quieter thermal design, better ventilation, and a sleeker remote that finally charges via USB-C. There's also talk of a Pro variant, possibly with more storage and faster ports, aimed at gaming and creative users. If this happens, Apple may finally challenge consoles like the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series S, but in Apple style, quiet, elegant, and deeply optimized. And yet, there's still one mystery no one's cracked. Why are Apple stores running out of both the current Apple TV and the HomePod mini at the same time? Coincidence? Or preparation? Some analysts believe Apple is gearing up to merge both devices into one, a smart home hybrid that combines TV streaming with high-fidelity speakers. Essentially, a HomePod TV. If that rumor's true, it could be Apple's biggest living room shakeup since the original Apple TV debuted in 2007. Now let's talk timing. Apple's fall event schedule is always strategic. After the iPhone and Mac events, there's usually a small October reveal reserved for accessories and under-the-radar hardware. And if the leaks are accurate, this year's October event might feature not one, but two new home devices, the Apple TV 4K 2025 and a refreshed HomePod Mini. The expected price? Under $100 for the base model. That's right, Apple might finally break the psychological $100 barrier. It's a bold move aimed squarely at the Amazon Fire TV and Roku market. If Apple manages to pack A17 Pro performance and AI features into that price range, it could dominate living rooms across America. But let's pause and ask, why would Apple suddenly want to make its TV cheaper? The answer lies in Apple services. The more Apple TVs in homes, the more subscribers they get for Apple TV, Music, Arcade, Fitness Plus, and iCloud. It's not about selling boxes anymore. It's about owning the experience. And once Apple controls your living room screen, the rest of your digital life naturally revolves around it. So what's the catch? Privacy. If Apple does include cameras, microphones, or deeper AI integration, users will need to trust that their data stays private. That's why Apple will emphasize on-device processing, keeping your preferences, habits, and voice data local. No cloud tracking. No ad targeting. It's Apple's way of saying, you're not the product. Now think about this. With the A17 Pro chip, Apple TV could run small AI models locally. That means your recommendations, searches, and even Siri responses could be generated offline. And that's not science fiction. It's already happening on iPhones. So imagine that same speed, that same privacy, but now on a giant screen in your living room. And then there's gaming. Developers are already testing tvOS 26 games with Unreal Engine optimizations, ray tracing, and 120Hz support. Apple Arcade titles could soon look and feel like console experiences, especially when streamed from an iPhone or Mac through the Apple TV. This could be Apple's stealth entry into the gaming market. Quiet, subtle, and ecosystem-driven. So what does all of this mean for you? It means Apple's next device won't just play shows. It will learn from you, react to you, and eventually anticipate your needs. Your Apple TV will become the digital core of your home, connecting every Apple product you own. And it's closer than you think, because right now, stores are running low on inventory, tvOS 26 is preparing for next-gen hardware, and Apple's October event teaser quietly hides references to Home Experience 2.0. Coincidence? Or the final clue before launch? So here's the question. Are we about to witness the biggest transformation of the living room in tech history? Or just another iteration of a black box with a shiny logo? Whatever happens, one thing's certain, Apple is not done. Not even close. And when that keynote happens, maybe just weeks from now, don't blink. Because the moment Apple unveils the new Apple TV 4K 2025, you'll realize something profound. The future of television isn't television anymore, it's intelligence. It's connection. It's Apple and it's coming.